What's up everybody? Welcome Squad and welcome to Slavguns. I'm glad to have you here. Welcome to all the first-time viewers finding the channel, and a very big welcome and thank you to all of our regulars and supporting Squad members. So here I thought I was done with pistols for a while and about to do some new awesome 6mm ARC builds, and then I got an email. Hey, we're coming out with a new pistol. Do you want to get your hands on one? So here we are. If you couldn't tell yet, the micro carry pistol market is heating up. We had the SIG P365 and the Springfield Hellcat, and then a few months ago we had the brand new Luger Max 9 and Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. What was missing, however, is a truly affordable competitor. And when you consider that on July 1st there will be 20 states with constitutional carry laws, this is also a very timely new pistol. So let's take a look at the brand new Taurus GX4, discuss its features, get some shooting impressions, and more importantly, discuss if the GX4 is right for you. This is Taurus's third new pistol for 2021. Earlier this year, they released the G3 TORO and G3 TORO pistols, and we looked at the G3 TORO in our prior video, which you can find linked above. The GX4 is a micro-compact pistol which is capable of holding 11 rounds of 9mm in a package previously unheard of. The GX4 is also an entirely brand new pistol and is assembled right here in the United States. It's not a Brazilian pistol that's imported into the States, and thus the expectations are high, particularly as it's aimed straight at the Springfield Hellcat and the SIG P365. What's quite unique and exciting about the GX4 is that Taurus promised a micro-compact pistol with full-size pistol features, and not just a Springfield Hellcat or a SIG P365 for less. So let's take a look at those features. The GX4 is built around a stainless steel frame sitting in a polymer grip module. The frame is reminiscent and looks a bit like a mini TX22, and that's a good thing. The frame is 1 inch wide and is right in line with the Springfield, SIG, and Rugers. The frame is nicely textured all around and it feels solid in your hand. You also have stippling on the top of the frame where your finger should rest, serving as a reminder to keep your finger off of the trigger unless you're ready to shoot, and they call them the Taurus memory pads, or at least they used to call them the Taurus memory pads. Now, perhaps the biggest difference versus the competition and delivering on the full-size features in the micro package promise is the backstrap, more specifically the interchangeable backstrap. Stock, the gun comes with a standard backstrap that you see here that most gun owners should find comfortable. For people such as myself that like to get as high of a grip on the gun as possible, Taurus gives you an option to install a second backstrap which has a higher swell, which will help you achieve that Glock grip angle. The frame also has a fairly easy to use and flush fit magazine release. The slide release is also fairly nicely sized and sits within a channel, which makes it both easy to use and still recessed to not catch in the holster. On the bottom of the grip, you have some small grip cuts, which would help you strip the magazine easily if they do not drop free. Do note the front of the trigger guard is not textured, which is perfectly fine with me, but may be a point of contention for people who use it to hold their support hand finger. Also, like the Max 9, the GX4 does not have a frame rail to mount your lights, lasers, and bayonets. I do suppose, however, that like with the Max 9, we will soon see some trigger guard mounted options instead. Okay, so let's move on up. The GX4 has a steel slide featuring both front and rear cocking serrations, which is now becoming the norm. The gun comes with a standard white dot front sight and a serrated drift adjustable steel rear sights. While these are not tritium, fiber optic, or whatever else, you can install your favorite sights of choice based on how you use the gun. Now, the slide is gas nitride finished, which Taurus promises will be more durable, especially as many of the guns will be living in and out of holsters. This is certainly one of the weaknesses of the G2C and G3C pistols, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the GX4 survives. On the GX4, you have a 3.06-inch barrel, and it's DLC coated for reduced friction and greater wear and corrosion resistance. A recent trend which has really irked me, and one that I'm glad is not on this gun, are polymer guide rods. On the GX4, and like we saw on the Max 9, you have a steel recoil rod, which will further help reduce recoil, and that can make a big difference on a Micro 9. Altogether, the gun weighs 18.5 ounces unloaded and has an overall length of just over 6 inches, a height of 4.4 inches, and a width of just over 1 inch. So, what do you expect this gun to cost? Taurus has set the MSRP at $392.42, and I expect we'll see a street price of around $350 or so. And why the 42 cents? I have no clue. Okay, let's take a look at how it shoots and get some first impressions. The trigger here is actually quite nice. So it's the same trigger blade as the G3C. However, it feels just like honestly, it feels like a Glock. Very much so like a cleaner Glock Gen 4. Or, a better one is a Zev OZ9, just a little bit of a heavier trigger pull. I guess it's probably right around 5 pounds or so. Nothing too terrible. It's not bad. What's really cool, and a big departure from the G2C, G3C, so there's no restrike, so let's do it this way. Okay, so you have a little bit of a tiny bit of a take up as you're depressing the blade and you come to a wall. Fairly clean break, very little creep if any. Fairly short reset and you're right back at that wall, and then the trigger just breaks. I mean, this is, I'll probably say, one of the best. This is the best trigger I felt on a Taurus yet. Very, very nice, and actually, as you can see, I have the larger swell magwell in here. Magazine-wise, so I didn't mention it before, so the gun is standard with 11 round magazines. However, the gun is available with both. So these are the 11 round flush fit. You have 11 round with an optional pinky extension. Then you have 13 round optional magazines, which I'm assuming are probably the same mags, just with an extension. And then for those who are stuck living in New York, New Jersey, other states like that, you do have 10 round magazines. Although, can you have 10 round mags in New York anymore? I think it's like safe act at 7. But yeah, if you're in a mag restricted state, there are 10 round magazines for this gun as well. Very, very nice. Not a lot of recoil, very close to, I think, like the G2C. Let me rephrase that. I think it's very close to the Max 9 recoil-wise. I like the fact that the gun stays really flat. I do have to adjust the sights just a bit more, but I did clean the gun completely before it came take it out. No issues with reliability-wise. I did have one hiccup that actually I measured one of my reloads is it was loaded a little bit too long, so that was my fault, not gun fault. But this is nice. If you don't need a red dot, this is beautiful. It shoots really, really, really well. It's fantastic. It's really nice. Okay, let's shoot some more. Okay, so this is 5 yards. So let's go ASO and headshots. Oh yeah. Perfectly capable. There we go. GX4. Bottom line, the GX4 will surely become Taurus's new bestseller, and it's very easy to see why. The GX4 looks and feels like a premium pistol, but offers all of those features at an exceptionally affordable price. In a sense, this is a great continuation of the TX22, and what that pistol has done with the 22 rimfire market, I expect the GX4 to disrupt the micro-compact carry market as well. With a fairly nice trigger that shoots like a Glock, a modular grip that will work with the vast majority of gun owners, and either 11 or 13 round magazine capacities, it's a fairly low risk purchase for any gun owner. Would I buy it? Yeah. With an MSRP of just under $400 and a street price of what I assume will be around $350, this gun will be on a lot of people's shopping lists. While the gun will surely steal market share from Springfield, Smith & Sig, I also feel this gun will steal significant sales from the slightly bigger and quite a bit heavier Taurus G2C and G3C pistols as well. Offering essentially the same capacity and more features, would you buy the G3C or the G2C over the new GX4? Let me know. It's also exciting to see Taurus keep improving product design and now assembling pistols in the United States as well. Unfortunately, despite this being a great gun, Taurus is still Taurus. While the gun design looks good and has so far been reliable, the quality control needs improvement. With the gun here, I call it a 98% complete gun, as the front sight post was a wee bit off and the rear sight was not drifted into place when I got that. And I had to do that myself as soon as I picked it up from the FFL. I don't know how that was not caught during QC, but I suppose when somebody looks at thousands of guns, it happens. In either case, if you're purchasing it from a dealer, this is a simple enough fix for them to do for you. So that's my initial take and first impressions with the brand new Taurus GX4 pistol. Now go ahead and take a look at the complete playlist of Taurus pistols linked down here. In a separate video, we'll take a detailed look at how to disassemble the GX4 for cleaning, and we'll then have a number of videos comparing the GX4 to both Taurus and competitor models. I appreciate you watching, and if this is your first time watching our videos, thank you for joining. Go ahead and click the like button and share the video with your friends, and make sure you're subscribed to receive up-to-date notifications on our latest videos, including the follow-up to this gun. And if you enjoy the channel and you want to see more content and want to help keep it going, please join Squad Squad, our YouTube channel membership. You'll have a direct say in what content is coming up, a direct line to me, some cool swag, and discounts to a number of awesome vendors, many of which are featured in our videos. You can find more information by clicking on the join button down below. As always, I want to thank you for watching, keep on squadding, and I'll see you in the next video.